Hello everyone, I have explained this program in a flowchart, and the program is to input numbers from the keyboard and count total even numbers and total odd numbers. So one by one we are going to input the values, okay, and then we'll see that how many values are what even and how many are what odd. Okay, we are going to input the numbers and then we will count that that number is a even or odd. So how many of them are even and how many of them are odd. This is the program. So I'm going to make it on C. Let us understand how to make it in C. Let me open a new file for it. So the first thing which should come in mind, and the program is to count total even numbers and total odd numbers. Okay, so the first thing which should come in mind is that how many variables should we take, and this is the program of loop with if statement. Okay, so how to do this, let us understand. I will use the header file first of all, and inside the main method I will give the variables. So let us start giving the variables, and as how many times the loop will carry on we don't know. So for input term I am using what n, to input the number I am using what num, to count odd numbers I will use what odn, to count even numbers I will use evn. Okay, I need one variable I to carry on the loop. I hope this much variable will be okay. So let us start the work. First of all I will give a message here, that is what input term. Okay, that I have to input that how many times the loop will carry on, that is %d comma ampersand n, or you can say and n. So the value will be inside n. Here I will apply the loop, that is what I equals to 1, I less than equal to n, as the loop is going to carry on for n times. Okay, and inside it I will write down what is scanf to input the value. Okay, that is the number which is going to store inside what num. Okay, now once the value is inside num, so I will see is that number is even or odd. For that I will module it by 2, and it should be, the remainder should be what 0. If it's okay, then it's going to count what even. Okay, equals to evn, or you can write down evn plus plus like this. Okay, and if the condition is false, so it will come to the else part. It means that number is what odd, so we have used what odn for that variable. Okay, like this. What I also have to do is to define the values of odn equals to 0 and evn equals to 0. Okay, now once the loop will finish, here I will display total count of even numbers. Okay, %d, which is here inside evn, and again one more message, printf total count of odd numbers, which is where it is inside odn. Okay, and I will use here what return 0. Let us save it and click on the build path, so it's giving what 0 error and 0 warning. Run the program. Let us just go for 5 elements. Okay, so I am going to input the values, that is 3, then 1, then 4, then 8, then 7. So 3 of them are odd and 2 of them are even. Yes, total count of even is what 2, total count of odd is what 3. 3, 1 and 7 are odd numbers, 4 and 8 are even, so it's counted correctly. Okay, now quickly understand it. These are the variables which I have taken: and, num, ODN and EVN and I. ODN to count the odd numbers, EVN to count the even numbers. Initial values of its are what 0 0. How many times the loop will carry on, for that I have used and. So suppose I have input what here 3, so this loop is going to work for how many times? 3 times. So the value of I is 1, 1 less than 3, as the value of n is 3, so the condition is true. Suppose here if I input what 5, so it will come to this if statement 5 moduled by 2, obviously the remainder will be there, so whatever the remainder will come equals to 0, so the condition is false. It means that number is what odd, so it will come to the else part. It's going to count it, that is ODN plus plus. So from 0 the value of ODN will be what 1. Then the loop will carry on, the value of I will increment to 1, from 1 to what 2, 2 less than 3, the condition is true. The next value, suppose I input what 4, 4 moduled by 2, so the remainder will be what 0, so 0 equal to 0, the condition is true, so that number is what even. So now it's going to call what count what even number, the value of even that was 0. Okay, now it will be what 1. So out of two values, one is what odd, another one is what even. Now the loop will carry on, the value of increment to from 2 to what 3 equals to 3, the condition is true. The next value which I input, suppose that is 7 moduled by 2, again the remainder will be there, so it will come to the else part. And the value of ODN which was 1, then it will be what 2. Then the value of I is going to increment by 1, that is from 3 it will be what 4 less than 3, the condition is false. So it will come out of this for loop and it's going to display the total even numbers and the total odd numbers. So I hope you all understand the program. Okay, this is the program. In the next class I will explain something else. Thanks.